As a first-class narcissist, President Trump has insisted he is the healthiest president ever. As his former physician comically represented to the American people, in reality, signs of ill health and or aging are becoming increasingly hard to ignore. There was his mysterious trip to Walter Reed, which he would have us believe was a part of an early annual exam. There have been numerous episodes of slurred or garbled speech captured and shared on social media. This is quite apart from his increasingly insolent, fragmented verbal communication, a juicy subject for other comics. On Saturday, at his address at the US Military Academy in West Point, New York, he needed two hands to sip a glass of water. Stuttering baby steps down a ramp while exiting was the latest episode in which he seemed to have trouble navigating uneven footing. As comments and snickering spread around the internet, Trump dashed off an unconvincing tweet. Anyone watching the address could see it was a sunny, dry day. Moreover, the general at his side seemed to have no trouble at all walking down the ramp. The president bounced on the last couple of steps, not the final 10 feet. We will likely never know until he is out of the White House what mental and or physical elements may afflict him. Two things are clear, however. First, it is an entirely legitimate topic for the campaign. The media should not relent in asking questions and demanding to speak with his doctors. Second, former Vice President Joe Biden, a spry and fit 77-year-old, would be foolish not to mention it during the campaign. Trump increasingly seems like he is from another era, not someone who can make America great, but rather someone who never left the 1950s. His doddering appearance and flattering speech only add to the image of a man fading before our eyes. Ironically, Trump is more than willing to create health hazards for himself and others. His infamous refusal to wear a mask put asides and visitors at risk while increasing the chance he might contract the coronavirus. His insistence on holding a mass indoor rally with people who scorn mask wearing, the first in Tulsa, has now become the focus of health officials. Anthony S. Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, warned in an interview with ABC News' Jonathan Karl that masks should be worn. He said that the best way that you can avoid either acquiring or transmitting infection is to avoid crowded places, to wear a mask whenever you are outside, and if you can do both, avoid the congregation of people and do the mask. That's great. He added, if you are going to be in a situation where beyond your control there is a lot of people around you, make sure you wear a mask. Meanwhile, the Tulsa World reports expressing concerns about COVID-19's increasing spread. The Tulsa City County Health Department's director said he wishes the campaign rally for President Donald Trump at the BOK Center on the June 20 would be pushed back to the later date, noting that cases of coronavirus have been rising. NewsDart is desperately and appropriately trying to protect both attendance and the president. Trump is unlikely to listen. His massive ego must be fed, his thirst for applause from his cult quenched. In short, Trump's own health may be deteriorating, but more important, he is willing to put thousands of Americans at risk. Even in ordinary times, a president this reckless would be a danger. Given the pandemic, Trump's willingness to help spread the virus is reason to vote him out. It would be a life-saving service for those he would continue to expose. Oklahoma health officials reported record of number of COVID-19 cases in the state this week, 3 weeks after President Donald Trump held a controversial rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 20. On Saturday, the Oklahoma State Department of Health (OSDH) reported 687 new COVID-19 cases has been confirmed in the last 24 hours. It was the second highest increase, only coming after Tuesday's 858 confirmed cases per the Oklahoman. As of Saturday afternoon ET, Oklahoma had at least 19,779 confirmed cases of the virus, according to the OSDH. According to a reporter for local news channel KOCO5, the 7-day average of COVID-19 cases is nearly 6 times what it was in early April. Officials also reported 5 new COVID-19 related deaths on Saturday. There have been at least 421 confirmed deaths in total from the virus in the state, according to OSDH. Oklahoma began reopening its economy in late April and entered phase 3 in early June. Retail stores, restaurants, bars, and entertainment venues are open under certain guidelines. The surge of new cases comes just a week after President Trump held a campaign rally in an indoor arena in Tulsa, where many of the attendees reportedly did not wear masks. The event was criticized as being unsafe, and a local newspaper ran an editorial asking the president not to hold the rally. On the day of the event, it was revealed that 6 staffers on the Trump campaign tested positive for the coronavirus. In the following weeks, Tulsa County has seen a sharp increase in the number of COVID-19 cases in the area. As of Saturday afternoon 80, the county has at least 5,005 confirmed cases according to the Tulsa Health Department. On Wednesday, Dr. Bruce Dart, the director of the Tulsa Health Department, said that the president's rally and subsequent protests likely contributed to the COVID-19 rise in the county, per the Associated Press. In the past few days, we have seen almost 500 new cases, and we had several large events just over 2 weeks ago. So I guess we just connect the dots, Dart said on Wednesday, according to the AP. The Trump campaign did not immediately respond to Times' request for comment, but Trump campaign spokesman Tim Mottod told the AP that the campaign took numerous steps to keep the rally attendees safe. There were literally no health precautions to speak of, as thousands looted, rioted and protested in the streets, and the media reported that it did not lead to rise in coronavirus cases. Mottod said in a statement to the AP on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the president rally was 18 days ago. All attendees had their temperature checked, everyone was provided a mask, and there was plenty of hand sanitizers available for all. It's obvious that the media's concern about large gatherings begins and ends with Trump rallies. A week after the rally, the Washington Post reported that the Trump campaign had removed thousands of stickers within the area placed to promote social distancing during the event. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut announced on Tuesday that all visitors coming from Oklahoma must quarantine for 14 days.